Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. So the crypto market up right now, 278.9 billion. Bitcoin's trading at 97.95, up 1.47%. Ethereum 221 up 5.58, and XRP at 0.283, up 0.76% in the last 24 hours. And the steady increase continues to move for XRP and BTC mainly. Those are our focuses. This is XRP on the daily. Let's take a look at it on the hourly for a second, right? We're starting to see a little bit of a slowdown here, a little bit of a zone where we're finding that buyers and sellers are finding that the price of roughly 28 cents will do for the next little while. Now, there could still be another pump up. Let's go back to the daily because I think that 30, in and amongst this area here, the 30-cent zone, is going to be that zone where we start to see sharp decreases and then maybe some stabilization before another pop up. Of course, all this will depend on what Bitcoin decides to do as well. We can see Bitcoin in a steady uptrend as well. So let's keep an eye on Bitcoin too. Right now, it's at 9,800, and we know that $10,000 mark is a good psychological level for traders. And what will happen at 10,000? Will we see a sharp decrease because traders will be taking profits? Or will it be the opposite? Will media outlets latch onto the story and, mention the fact that, look, Bitcoin's back at 10,000. It could get in people's minds. People might start trading, and we could see the trend continue to move upward. Two near-term highs for Bitcoin, which is about 14,000. And if we go past 14,000, boy, next stop 20,000, all-time high and beyond. And you guys remember this story yesterday, Mike Novogratz, talking smack about XRP. Well, Brad Garlinghouse felt the need to comment, ahem, is this thing on? Can I get a fact check on Isle CoinDesk? He goes on to say, XRP has outperformed BTC and the broader crypto market in 2020 thus far. XRP is up 44% versus BTC's 33%. So there. Brad Garlinghouse calling out Mike Novogratz on his nonsense. Amazing. Amazing how this space works. I saw this from XRP Crypto Wolf. And so MoneyGram launches a website in Singapore to expand its digital services for cross-border transfers. And get this, guy, Singapore is responsible for over $7.2 billion in outflows annually. And much of those outflows are in Southeast Asia. So MoneyGram has made this announcement. Accelerating digital growth and growing our direct-to-consumer business is core to our company's strategy, says Camilla Chittil, Chief Operating Officer at MoneyGram. Customers are increasingly valuing the investments we've made to enhance their experience, and we're thrilled to bring these capabilities to the digital savvy population of Singapore to send money to friends and family around the world. So Singapore, a very rich country, and we can see this by their outflows, not inflows, outflows for remittances. So they say that they send $7.2 billion in outflows annually. The launch of the new website in Singapore supports the company's focus on international growth and digital expansion in the region. And so what are you guys finding? I feel like I'm seeing a bit of a passing of the torch. We're not hearing so much of Ripple partnerships these days. And somebody on Twitter was mentioning how that could be a strategy for Ripple. Maybe they don't want to let us in on too much that's going on behind closed doors. Nevertheless, I feel like there's a passing of the torch. I feel like ever since the MoneyGram Ripple partnership was made, now MoneyGram is going out and making all their statements, making all their announcements of everything that's going on in the MoneyGram world. So this is fine by me. I'm just glad to hear that they're really taking this opportunity to, stick it to their competition. This is going to be the chance they have with that Ripple technology to really kind of get that leg up right at the beginning, right when this industry is still in its infancy, to be able to take over more market share and perhaps become the Apple, meaning that Western Union will become the Microsoft in the remittance world. I saw this from our XRP Arcade. So Al Ansari Exchange is a RippleNet member. And again, this is a network effect. Al Ansari Exchange is a leading exchange company in the UAE with the largest branch network. It started as an offshoot of a flourishing general trading business by the Al Ansari family almost 60 years ago. Al Ansari Exchange was established primarily to meet the foreign exchange and remittance needs of their trading partners and customers at a time when formal banking was yet to be established in the country. So Al Ansari reveals their Ripple partnership. So there was a video that's circulating. It doesn't look like that video is up anymore. So it looks like, I guess it was Bank XRP who posted this, possibly put a password on it maybe. In this video, Mr. Arroyo Aurora explains that Al Ansari Exchange handles approximately 30% of outward remittances from the UAE. Outward remittances from the UAE surpassed 21.78 billion in the first half of 2019 alone. So there's no video here to that effect. Maybe if you do go to Bank XRP's YouTube channel, you'll find it there perhaps, or maybe this wasn't even Bank XRP's link. Maybe it was someone else's link. Who knows? Here's a transcript from the video. Just going to read some highlights here. If I can say that the overall remittances, outward remittances from UAE, we are some 30-odd% market shareholders in that particular category itself. So if somebody hooks onto Ripple, we would be having the access of this 200 probable partners. They also talk about with Ripple coming into the play. If I do one API at once, that will be good enough for 200 number of partners, and which is growing. These are transcripts, guys, so possibly the person talking, maybe English isn't their first language. We also see Ripple helping us growing into the corridors we may not be very strong into, so they're saying Ripple obviously helping them out. We are committed to RippleNet already, and we see the advantage of RippleNet into this business. So more great news coming out of the Middle East with Al Ansari Exchange. Now, if they're a RippleNet partner, could they be a liquidity provider for XRP down the road? Interesting question. It's a possibility, and Ripple partnering with these exchanges just tends to get my mind going. I mean, obviously, there are many reasons to partner with different types of partners, but when you hear about an exchange, I think liquidity, I think ODL, and I'm sure they're deciding who they want to be strategic partners with for providing that ODL in the future. I also saw this on Twitter from Matthew LINY. WhatsApp getting NCPI nod to launch digital payments platform. So guys, WhatsApp also integrating with MoneyGram, and I'm going to play you a little clip here with a demo describing this. So let me just cue that up right here.
I have to exit the application and find the MoneyGram app. I can easily just go to the WhatsApp, have my conversation, click on this. Whatever code you end up inputting, again, this is a customized code that the customer is going to create. They'll have the ability to press play, pay, receive, any information they have on the individual or even their history. If I select pay, it's going to pull it out of my contact list for my WhatsApp. And let's say this particular individual was Reyes, right? In this case, I'm sending money over to Reyes. Let's say I want to do $2,500. It's going to give you the exchange rate.
Okay, so it cuts there, but he gives you a demo and he says that, you know, in the past, what you had to do was open the MoneyGram app separately and transfer the money that way, but now WhatsApp is indeed integrating MoneyGram into their system. Now, this doesn't talk about Ripple or XRP, and this tweet originally from Jack the Rippler at RippleXRPIE. Boom! After MoneyGram's announcement about XRP's integration, it's clear how it will work. Everyone will use XRP, and so you guys saw the demo there. It only kind of makes sense. To have these types of money transferring methods now integrated into our phones, we use our phones for so many things. And into messaging systems, I'm finding that, you know, every day we're texting people or messaging them more than even calling them, getting them on the phone. I remember when my first client texted me, and I thought that that was the weirdest thing in the world. Why would a professional client ever text me? But now it's just become commonplace. That was probably back in 2008. Nevertheless, this is how the world is going, folks, and the WhatsApp MoneyGram integration, another great development in the space. So I want to thank Jack the Rippler and Matthew LINY on Twitter. Thanks so much, guys, for posting that. And this, so we've heard about Jed McCaleb, Ripple co-founders XRP sales revealed. Latest January sale included 9 million XRP. And so there's always this question of how much XRP is Jed McCaleb selling? Well, this out just this morning. So Ripple's co-founder Jed McCaleb bowed out of Ripple in 2013, following which he signed a contract with the company to establish how much of his assets he could sell. So McCaleb claimed that he owned 9 billion XRP at the start of the Ripple ledger, and according to Whale Alert, McCaleb has sold over 1 billion XRP between 2014 and 2019. So the Medium post states this: by analyzing over 90,000 transactions, we were able to track around 8 billion XRP to Ripple, a settlement account, and his personal accounts from which he actively sells. So it gives you guys kind of a diagram of where this XRP is going from which accounts. The Medium goes on to say at an average sale price of about 12.9.129 cents per XRP, the total sale amount was $135 million USD. Additionally, a significant portion of his assets were sent to Ripple for unknown reasons. That's interesting. And at least 140 million XRP have been donated to various charities. So just going to skip down here. Whale Alert also informed the community that the former executive sold 19 million XRP worth about $5.4 million in January. Since this is the year when Jed McCaleb's contract with Ripple expires, Whale Alert expects the rate of sale to accelerate. And the blog states this: at the current rate, it would take him around 20 years to sell all of it. However, his activities have been limited by the settlement agreement with Ripple, which is likely to expire sometime in 2020. Are we going to expect more XRP sales from Jed McCaleb this year? It's a really interesting question, and how is this going to affect the ecosystem? Well, I don't think that this is going on the open market, guys. It's just moving back and forth. I don't think it's affecting market price, right? As we've seen, XRP has seen significant growth over January. And so apparently Jed McCaleb was selling all throughout January, 9 million XRP or something like that. And look at where price action has gone all throughout January and now into February. So it's an interesting story. I'm going to keep my eye on it. And guys, as always, I will link all these articles in the description if you want to read them further. But right now, I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.